Good morning. Welcome to Winthrop High School. Today is Tuesday, September 8th. There have been a number of hours put forth by members of the Rambler family to get us to the point where we could open our doors for you. Not only were your teachers involved, a number of your peers were as well, to ensure a student perspective was included in our decisions geared to keep us all safe. There are two things I've said repeatedly through this process. One, the plan is subject to change, not only because of mandated changes coming out of Augusta, but we're going to learn as we move through our daily experiences, and we plan on making adjustments based upon what we learn. So we ask that you please be patient, be flexible, and be understanding. Second, it takes all of us supporting each other, working together, and living within the guidelines created to make in-person learning possible. Your choices here, as well as when you are not here, may have unintended consequences. Let us agree to work together to remain safe. There are two expectations I wish to make you aware of with in-person learning at Winthrop High School. First, mass breaks can happen in the classroom when, and all of these conditions must be met. So when students are seated, the seats are 6 feet apart, and your rooms have all been set up so that that should be possible. When students are working quietly, and the break must not exceed 5 minutes. But a key piece of this is, it's also up to your teacher's discretion. I mean, we, like you, need to feel comfortable. So your teachers may not be comfortable at this point, given a break in their classroom. Please, again, I ask you for understanding, patience, and flexibility. Second, and probably most importantly, failure to comply with these protocols will result in students being sent home. You will jeopardize your privilege to be here for in-person learning. You'll be given an education which we are required to do, but the choice will be ours. It will be done remotely. So be mindful of your choices and the consequences of those choices. Remember, safety comes first. At this time, I would like to thank your peers and staff members who helped create this 10-minute video that will help showcase a day here at Winthrop High School. I ask that you please join me on Flight 2021 for a journey of learning. We hope you experience a smooth flight. Our destination is June 2021. We are happy to report no students or staff were hurt in the making of this film, and nobody was called Shirley. Make it a great day. Make it a great year.
Hello, and welcome aboard your 2021 school year.
We know that there's been a lot of turbulence regarding back to school, so we're here to make that transition a little less bumpy for you.
To ensure a smooth ride for this year, please listen to the following safety instructions.
Masks are required to be worn at all times. Because of recent studies, buffs, neck gaiters, bandanas, or masks with valves will not be permitted this year. Your mask must fit comfortably and snugly against the sides of your face, must cover your nose and mouth completely, must be secured with ties or ear loops, must have at least 2 layers of fabric, and also must allow you to breathe comfortably. In the event that you need to take a drink, simply remove your mask from one side of your face, take a drink, put your mask back on, and then practice proper hand hygiene.
As you exit your vehicle or bus and enter the building, please remember to use hand sanitizer for the comfort of your fellow students.
If you are choosing to eat breakfast with us, please slide into our socially distanced line where you can wait to consume your daily morning fuel. After you have received your breakfast, please choose a seat in our cafeteria. You must eat your breakfast in the cafeteria, and you cannot take it out of the caf. This is your single opportunity to consume your delicious daily morning food. And please be aware that there will not be another opportunity. If you're choosing to opt out of breakfast, you will need to turn right in order to follow our one-way traffic pattern.
There's a little change in our previously identified agenda. Instead of visiting advisory first thing in the morning, you will be heading to your first class of the day. Remember to keep all your belongings in your backpack, as we will not be using lockers.
Please note that since we have our one-way traffic pattern, you'll have to go up the up staircase, which is near the library, and down the down staircase, which is at the other end of the building. That means if you have a class that's next door and it's on the wrong side, you're going to have to take a nice long journey around the school to get to your class. The good news is you get to keep your backpack with you since we are not using lockers.
While in the classroom, please make sure to keep a distance of 6 feet from other students and your teacher. And please help us with the following. Keep your desks in place and raise your hand if you have a question or if you need to stand up. Every classroom has been set up with clear student desk designation, and your desks are happy where they are, so please keep them that way.
When leaving the class, make sure to wait for your teacher's go-ahead before entering the hallway. The bell does not signify that you may leave the classroom. Your teacher will let you know when it is safe to exit. Be sure to collect all your belongings because you will not be readmitted to the room.
Now it's time to visit the cafeteria for lunch. This is where the real adventure begins. Juniors and seniors, we will get to your privs in a minute. Let's inform those who are dining in the cafeteria with us how this experience is going to work. Lunch is being served by advisee group, so if you are in lunch, you are with your advisee. And when you are not in lunch, you are in your advisory room. Please practice patience as you wait in a socially distanced line, and lunch procedures will be as follows.
Your lunch choice will be handed to you once you've made your selection. Keep in mind that you will not be permitted to pick up your own lunch items or drink options. You will need to inform a server of your choices. In addition, you will inform a server of your student ID, which will be entered by their gloved hand. Smart, right? Once you have acquired your lunch, find an empty desk. Once you have occupied that desk and are ready to fuel up, you may remove your mask in order to eat lunch. Unfortunately, this year, all microwaves are out of order. On a positive note, you and your friends can now conduct a science experiment to see which insulated thermos holds the most heat.
This year, there will be no sharing food. On the bright side, you can keep your lunch all to yourself. Alrighty, juniors and seniors, now this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Senior privs have been extended to juniors as well. This means if you have privs, you will be able to leave school when you do not have a class. You will be required to check in and check out using the inner lobby as a staging area. Keep in mind that the office is a VIP area for Platinum members only.
Students only have bronze memberships, which means in order to enter the office, they must obtain permission from a Platinum sponsor.
Bathroom procedures are still being finalized, but we will inform you of what we know. 2 students will be allowed in a restroom at a time. Masks must stay on the entire time, and the 6 feet of social distancing should be maintained by both students. Once the administration finalizes the plans for bathroom use, we will inform the student body of them. And now, we turn to Mr. D, who will explain to us proper hand hygiene.
Hello! Proper hand hygiene. The thing to remember is warm, soapy water and a minimum of 20 seconds while washing your hands. Remember to really get your palms using your fingers like this. Also, be sure to get in between the fingers, over the tops, and you can even go up your wrists just a little bit to ensure that you have cleaned your hands thoroughly.
This year, we encourage students to bring a water bottle so they can use the new water bottle filler on the fountain. Students will not be permitted to use the bubbler portion of the fountain because of the potential cross-contamination of germs.
At the end of the day, students are asked to be out of the building no later than 2:15. No re-entry into the building will be permitted, so please make sure that you don't forget any luggage.
Thank you for joining us today. Hopefully this allows for smoother takeoff into the 2020-2021 school year. Now, a brief message from our captain, Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Josh and Kerrigan, for those wonderful safety tips that will help us journey our way through to June 2021. At this time, I would like to address the bathrooms. Clearly, we banded around some ideas on how we could best control access to the bathroom to students while maintaining safety for all. But when it comes right down to it, it comes down to us working together. And I'm going to put my trust in my students. You will sign out of your classroom as you did in the past and go to the bathroom, remembering to follow the path set up in the hallways. And when you get to the bathroom, I trust that you will check to see if there are 2 people already in the bathroom. If there are, you will step back out and wait until someone leaves. Your cooperation will be greatly appreciated and will help us not have to set up a whole bunch of guidelines that will interfere with the ability of your teachers to teach and your peers to learn. Together, we can make this a great year. Thank you. Have a great day.